Some of the cool facts about Ecuador, one of my favorite things is the history that goes along with it. There's a people that are known as the Otavalan Indians that live in Ecuador. They're really the closest thing that I've ever seen as far as an indigenous group goes, and they would have their ceremonial clothing that they would wear even to church. They would just wear white slacks, a white shirt. Sometimes they'd wear a hat, which is part of their ceremonial clothing, and it was just part of their tradition and culture. And that was a really neat experience to see what types of things they did as members of the church, but also things that they did to keep in line with their family traditions, such as long braids. Even the men would wear their hair down, and they weren't supposed to cut it. It was part of their tradition to keep it long and braided. So that was interesting. Definitely an eye-opening experience when I arrived to an area called Iluman and saw mostly just pure people that looked like Indians, and that was a really neat experience to learn about them and some of the things that that they practiced and how they became members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. One of the things that I love about Spanish culture in particular is how the people interact with you on a daily basis. Most of the people are just always warm and loving, very welcoming. I remember a specific area in my mission in the coast. It was an area called Esmeraldas, and I remember almost every house that we went to, some of the people would let us in, and maybe they didn't have a lot of interest in our message, but they definitely had an interest in sharing their food with us. And that was awesome to be able to learn from them, their culture, and obviously share the great food that they would make. South American food is some of the best that exists in the world. Most people just think it's rice and beans, which that is a lot of what it is in South America, but it is some of the best rice and beans that exists in the world. And especially the rice. I don't know what it was or what they put in it, but the rice just tasted completely different than any other rice I'd ever tasted. And even though I ate rice every single day on my mission, I learned to love it, and it filled me. So that was the most important. The craziest food that I ate was probably cow tongue. That was definitely a unique experience, and to add to that, the people didn't tell me what I was eating beforehand, so definitely came as a shock to me when I learned that it was cow tongue. Another small story was we were eating food with a family of members, and out of their refrigerator they pulled out a lamb's head and put it on the kitchen table. And although I didn't try the lamb, it definitely was intimidating to look at it as I was eating the other foods that they had prepared, not knowing exactly what the meat was that I was trying that day.